live from Hillsdale High School for a Wayne County Athletic League matchup between the hometown Hillsdale Falcons and the traveling Smithville Smithies. I'm Chris Mowry, just south of US 30 and outside of the great state of Hayesville, coming to you live on the OH Report. Come on back after this short break and we'll break this one down.
Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Hillsdale High School for the Ficus Furniture pregame show. I'm Chris Mowry. I'll bring in my partner Brandon Wells here in a second. Hillsdale comes in at 15-5, 8-4 in the Wayne County Athletic League, and they're currently in third place. Smithville, on the other hand, 18-3, having a great campaign, 11-2 in the Wayne County Athletic League. They currently set second. Welcome in, BW. Good to be here on the my old stomping grounds, Hillsdale High School.
The center of Ashland County here, Hillsdale, and really it's the center of basketball in the Wayne County Athletic League tonight. And it looks like the Falcons here have an opportunity to take down the Smithies at home. These teams squared off a few weeks back, and unfortunately for the Falcons, they came up a little short in the game. They were winning the whole time. But let's take a look at Smithville. This is a really good squad, guys. 18-3, 11-2. Not going to win the conference, but boy, right up there at the top. They've had a good stretch lately, although lost to Norwayne, and that Norwayne's kind of the top dog, right? The Bobcats are really dominant this season, but the Smithville squad can do it inside and out. They're really a good shooting team, shooting just about 50%. Patient, they take good care of the basketball, and you'll see some pressure from them as well.
They're a lot of fun. Look, you're going to mention the Bobcats of Norway, and you're going to sense a theme here. Smithville's 2 losses in the conference to Norway. Hillsdale's lost 4 games in the conference, 2 to Norway and 1 to Smithville. So, you look at this and you think, boy, we got a really good one here tonight based on, common opponents and whatnot. And Norway, as you mentioned, is just in another league right now, inside the Wayne County Athletic League.
Yeah, and it all starts really inside with Quinn Maibach, and he's averaging 13.5 points a game, 7 rebounds. But the thing that really stands out to me the most about the mighty Quinn, 7 rebounds a game, but even more impressive than the numbers I'm giving you is he's shooting 58% from the field, Chris, and that means he's not only a dominant inside guy, he's very efficient.
Let's get a look at the Falcons on the other side, the hometown Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, Hillsdale's coming in, coached by Ben Ferguson, in his second season here, and he has turned things around. Ferg has it rolling. He's a 1995 grad, so I think, there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride here that Coach Ferguson has coming in. 15-5. They've had a tremendous season, and they've had a good run here lately. A tough couple losses this season, but all to good teams, right? And they had one loss earlier in the season where maybe a game that they should have won against Chippewa, but just they didn't shoot the ball well, and sometimes that happens. But if you look at what they're doing as well, they're winning their average margin of victories, 10 points, and they really do hit the boards well for a team that doesn't have a ton of size. But boy, it all starts when we talk about size with the point guard. We flip it around, and for me as a former point guard, a former head coach myself, I couldn't be more impressed with the freshman point guard, because it's a hard job, number one, to be a point guard when you're a senior, let alone a freshman when you're running the show. And Lowen Ferguson has just been terrific all season long and just keeps getting better. And he can really shoot it. He can swing it around like that. You see his ability to see the floor as a freshman is something that you don't see very often from juniors and seniors higher up, Chris, and it all starts with the freshmen.
The most impressive thing for me as an outsider looking in with Lowen Ferguson is simply the fact that he has become a leader as a 15-year-old kid, as a freshman on this squad, and his seniors and juniors on his team are looking up to him. Hey, the national anthem getting ready to happen here inside the gymnasium. We'll be right back after this.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Bring it on, let me do my thing.
Welcome back to the OH Report, live and free here on many platforms, YouTube and Facebook. I'm Chris Mowry.
And Twitter.
Man, what was I thinking? It's going to be Instagram here so soon as well.
Your guy, Elon.
Yeah, my guy, Elon. You're absolutely right. Home of the Doge, man. I'm Chris Mowry. That's Brandon Wells. Hey, let's get a quick look at the keys of the game for Smithville. Brandon, what do you got?
Well, they got to control Ferg, right? They got to control Lowen Ferguson, who's the key that makes everything happen. And I mean on the defensive side for the Smithies. And then secondly, pressure the guards on the defensive side. It's sort of the key to their victory against Hillsdale the first time. They need to pressure the guards.
All right, hometown Hillsdale, keys to the game for them.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of different things for Hillsdale, right? I mean, obviously you talk about taking care of the basketball for the Falcons. You want to avoid what happened last time when you're up, I think 6 or 8, whatever it was, with 3.5 minutes. They have to handle the pressure that's going to come at them. And then be patient offensively. Once you break that pressure, be patient.
We're underway. Josh Yates for Smithville controls that tap and taps it back to his teammate, Brennan Pyatt. We're underway from Hillsdale High School, and the score still 0-0, looking to break the seal, BW, and there's an early pass down low under the goal to number 14, Brennan Pyatt, and he gets on the board.
Right away, some full court pressure coming from the Smithies against Ferguson and this young Falcons squad.
Ferguson, no problem getting the ball over half court, and Holland Young, who got the start here for an ill Troy Bennett. So a little different scenario here for the Falcons.
Well, some illness going through, it's going through everybody right now. It's that time of year, right, where you've got the flu, you've got all kinds of things happening. But, yeah, a couple guys down for Hillsdale tonight.
Ethan Pyatt and Brennan Pyatt on the floor for Smithville, and that's your player of the game, the spotlight player, Quinn Maibach. He gets a left-hander to go.
Yeah, Quinn's tough, and that nice lefty inside, and you see why he shoots it at an almost 60% clip and an early turnover again here for the Falcons.
Falcons going to have to slow down a little bit here and get under control.
Well, I mean, back to the keys, right? We just talked about handle the pressure, and then once you break the pressure, be patient.
Smithville up 4-0 early. They're going to challenge Kirschbaum down low, does Maibach, and he's got 4.
Yeah, Quinn's just so strong in there, right? I mean, he's so wide and strong. Kirschbaum going to have to battle in there and keep him from getting the ball that low.
Holland Young going towards the goal, but puts that one on the floor. Kirschbaum, little left-hand floater up and in, so give him 2 and now make it 6-2 Smithies.
That's a big basket right there for the Falcons just to settle down.
Limit the pain, right? You don't want to get behind too much too early, and then you feel like you're just clawing back the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, you often expect a visiting team to come in and throw a punch early, if you will, and you just have to respond.
Good to see Hillsdale again. For me and you, we were down here about a month and a half ago and watched Lowen Ferguson have a great game and really watch one of their big wins over Coventry. And that wasn't Coventry, Chris. Who was that? Anyways, it was a good win. Columbia, thank you.
Yep, that's all right. I
Big
had to
game.
think about it, too.
The Ferguson show was that night. Here's a jumper by Smithville, no good, and Cale Lewis gets that one off to his pal.
Good job by Hillsdale to limit the Smithies to 1 shot on that possession.
You know, one thing, if you can also limit them on making baskets, it eliminates the full court press most oftentimes.
Yeah, the better defensively you are, obviously, they're not allowed to get themselves into that pressure.
Lewis from just outside the elbow, no good.
A little flat on that one. Got to get the ball up in the air and take your time.
The big man out beyond the three-point line. Here's a triple from the corner. Yep. Riggenbach.
Yeah. Well, Holland Young's got to close out a little better on that one in the corner.
9-2 Smithville early. McFadden, little dump pass off to his buddy Kirschbaum. I think that's Smithville basketball, and the officials agree.
Yeah, he got himself in trouble a little bit driving to the basket. And once you get up in the air and you leave your feet, Chris, you got to know where you're going with it. And Kirschbaum had already turned around to go to rebound, and another turnover. I think that's 3 here early for the Falcons.
And you're committed once you leave those feet and you get airborne. You got to do something. Ferguson going to come up with that nice, easy steal, and he's going to push and get it out to Holland Young for an easy transition bucket. 2 more for the Falcons, 9-4. Holland Young's a nice-looking athlete. Little jumper from Smithville, no good, and McFadden pulls down that glass.
And that was all because of a back tap right there, or a tap by Lowen Ferguson, just being active on the defensive glass. Good job knocking it around.
And I've known his dad for about as long as I've been alive, and Ben was not afraid to mix it up too, down in the paint.
Yeah.
And same thing with a 5'4" point guard.
Well, you don't have to be big to be a good rebounder, right? That's all hustle and effort, and at least get yourself in there and knock the ball around. Good job right there. Nice anticipation right there by McFadden.
Just what the doctor ordered. Here's a triple from Ferguson, just a little offline. Rebound pulled down by Smithville. 9-6. Hillsdale trails Smithville here with 3:55 to go in the first quarter. Couple substitutions on the next stoppage. Knox Lewis is going to check in for the Falcons.
Good double coming from the backside. Nice job. Howland Young off and running. Oh, an even better play right there, but Young recovers.
They're going to say offensive foul on Young.
Oh, that's a rough one right there. That's a tough call for Howland Young. And what an effort right there. You see it on the replay. Brought to you by Raiders Dairy Bar.
I got nothing to add to that video.
You didn't like it. Well, I will just say it was a tremendous read from Howland Young coming from the backside to give some help down low on Quinn Maibach, and there it was.
Howland Young takes a break, and checking in, as mentioned, is Knox Lewis, Caleb Lewis's twin brother.
A big lefty post player spinning back to the middle and puts it up with the right. Boy, he's got a nice touch. Strong and gentle at the same time.
6 points already for Maibach, and 11-8 lead for the Smithies. Here's a long outlet pass. Caleb Lewis thought we were back on the football field, and there's another turnover for the Falcons.
Great hustle for the Smithies, and that is turnover number 5 for Hillsdale.
Not going to win a lot of games when you average 5 a quarter.
Smithville really patient on the offensive side. Oh, what a block right there. What a play. McFadden says, get it out of here.
Nice job by Hayden McFadden, elevating and throwing that one towards the sheriff, guarding the entrance here to the gymnasium.
Sheriff's deputy.
Yes.
That is not the sheriff, Kurt Schneider, but it is one of his deputies.
Schneider.
Is that like Schmaury?
It's like Schwartz. He's watching. 11-6, the Smithies lead the Falcons. Here's a triple off the hands of Brady Slidell. And yep, give him a bucket. Left-hander, sweet stroke. Good looking. And a full court press still on display here for Smithville.
Yeah, Seidel left the, what was that side? That was Isaiah Lee, I think, in the corner, wasn't it? I think it was Isaiah Lee in the corner, and a nice stroke down there in the corner. You got to close out on guys out there. He's a 31% three-point shooter, and he had a nice stroke right there.
The 3 and the 5 on the bright green jerseys with the green numerals, they look similar. Give me a little bit of break.
I'll give you a break. It's fine.
I still think
they do look a little different, Chris, just to be clear.
Listen, I still subscribe to the theory that the OHSAA has got to make these numbers larger.
I'm all right with that.
For these old guys. Howland Young gets that one in, and he's going to run. Yeah, he's going to run point guard here for a little bit. Ferguson will look for his shot and take a little floater one-hander. Doesn't get it to go. Kirschbaum working hard. Give him credit. And here comes Lee back the other way.
Good patience there. Not an overdrive. He got himself down there. Really wise. Pulled it back out.
Good job by Knox Lewis getting in position underneath, getting a nice box out and getting that rebound and clearing it for Hillsdale. Ferguson in between. Nice job. Brady Kirschbaum, the recipient of that dime from Lowen Ferguson.
Ferguson just keeps his eyes up. Kirschbaum ready for it with the hands ready to go. Great dish.
14-8 Smithville. Smithville looks really calm too, Brandon. They're not pushing anything, rushing anything.
Yeah, and you know, they've got a couple seniors out there and a decently veteran group for the most part, but they kind of mix in some young guys as well. But you're right, offensively they have taken their time. They've been patient and haven't taken maybe one bad shot. I think that's about it so far, and you're almost through the first quarter.
Head coach Corey Kaufman in his 6th season for Smithville. Spent some time at Berlin Highland. We got a steal. Howland Young going all the way to the glass, off of said glass, and gets that one to go. Falcons now trim the lead to 4.
Third turnover for the Smithies, and good hands by the Falcons, who look like they've switched over to a little zone action right here.
Here's a I thought he was going to take it. Brandon Lee looked like he was gearing up, but says nope. Going to pull it back out, reset the offense here. 1:15 to go in the first quarter. That's a bomb from Antarctica, my goodness, and converted his Riggenbach. Give him his second 3 of the game.
Well, he shoots it at a 40% clip, Chris, so you can't leave him open anywhere inside the volleyball lines.
Ooh, that was deep. Just like that, the lead balloons back to 7. The Falcons worked hard to get under there.
That's
Cale
a travel.
Lewis with a traveling violation.
Yeah,
and
that's a
here
good
you
call.
see it on the replay there, that long three-pointer off of Rickenbach's fingertips.
Right in front of Ben Ferguson, who says, oh my, are you kidding me? Lowen Ferguson was right there, but good look from deep. Well, he's out behind the Falcon.
Look, Ferg, back in the day, back at the park, he'd have come from behind you and tried to foul you or something and then say, I didn't do it, I didn't do
You
it.
mean like Mike Tomlin tripping
like
a kick
that.
returner?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Under a minute to go, 43 seconds to go, 17-10. Smithville leads the Falcons. Another triple off the fingertips of Pyatt. Go ahead and knock that one down. Boy, oh boy, we got a shooting display here by Smithville. 20-10, biggest lead of the contest.
They have started off hot, and a whistle and a push. Yeah, you're down 10. You've given up 20 points in the first quarter. I mean, the first time these teams played, what, 56-52, something like that?
56-50.
56-50, so you're giving up a 20 spot in the first quarter, but most of that is because Smithville's just shot the ball really well.
Cale Lewis going to trigger it in, and Kirschbaum gets it. And the Falcons need a bucket. I don't know where that one was going into the third row here, and that's another turnover here for the Falcons.
You got to be patient, right? We talked about it in our keys to the game. You have to be patient offensively, and you get down. Sometimes you have a tendency to try to do too much and try to make up for everything all at once.
Coach Ferguson working hard for his guys and giving them instruction, and just over 20 seconds to go, a 10-point lead for Smithville. They're going to hold it for the last shot.
Back to man-to-man, and I like that on this possession.
High pick by Maibach, and he's going to peel around. There's a wide open layup. My gosh, is Lee an athlete? High off the glass.
Kirschbaum got there on the help, but just a great finish from Lee. Got to fire.
This counts if it goes, and he got fouled. He's going to go to the stripe for three.
I think it would have been on the floor. We'll see.
Oh, my goodness. He blew the whistle. They're going to say that the horn had expired first. 22-10, Smithville. We'll be right back.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same.
22-10, the Smithies lead the Falcons. BW, what'd you think there in the first quarter?
Well, Smithville couldn't miss. They couldn't miss. They hit some deep threes, and if you're Hillsdale, you got to make an adjustment here on the defensive side, and Lee with a great drive to the basket, too.
Ferguson running point guard duties as he does all the time. Nice dump pass into Kirschbaum down low, left-hander off the glass, up and in. Good job of offensive possession there for the Falcons.
Yeah, you can't panic here, right? It's only one quarter. He's got 8 of the Falcons' 12.
Effective in the paint so far is Kirschbaum.
Yeah, I mean, the flip side is he's given up 6 to Quinn Maibach. So a nice little head and shoulder fake right there.
Nice converted goal there by Maibach with the left hand.
Quinn's got 8 just like that.
Good player, this Maibach character here for the Smithies. 24-12.
He's just so strong.
You don't normally see him that big. The height-wise is one thing, but when you see, he's got tree trunks down there underneath that waist, and he's just a big, well-put-together young man.
Looks like a guy that Doug Geiser over at AU should be recruiting to play football is what I would say, but he's a talented basketball player as well.
He might be a right guard.
Got some shoulders.
Well, with those feet, he might be a tackle.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Little Jokic like the
this
Joker.
Is deep. Ferguson just a little offline. His second three-point attempt of the night.
Hasn't been able to get going yet offensively, and that was one of the keys for the Smithies was to control Ferg offensively, and so far they've been able to do that.
Nice little cutter there. Maibach finds his teammate, little floater up and in. That goal is converted by Ethan Pyatt. He's got 5.
Look, I know I'm pulling here for the Falcons, but I got to tell you, I'm impressed so far with Smithville, and a great drive to the basket by Holland Young. But I'm impressed with Smithville offensively, more so than anything else so far. They're patient. They move well without the basketball. They trust each other. A lot of ball fakes. And then they do that.
right when you're praising.
Right on cue.
I love it.
Not a good look right there, but going to make up for it with that three. I mean, that's why Josh Yates, who took a terrible shot at the start of that, then hustles and they got it back, and he fired up a three. And now we've got a whistle.
I'll tell you what.
Might have been standing out of bounds down there. Yates was.
Still Hillsdale basketball.
Yeah.
The Falcons are going to have to start not getting out of the business these careless passes.
Yeah, not taking care of the basketball. I mean, we're at six or seven turnovers already, and there it is.
On cue.
Got to take better care of the basketball here.
Especially when you're down by 15.
And a little different lineup.
Maibach not going to be denied as he goes to the glass. Coach Ferguson calls a timeout, Brandon, 31-14.
Yeah, he had to, and I think he didn't like the defensive effort, right? I don't think he liked the defensive effort on that possession, and Coach Ferguson's going to go over there and talk to him. And, you know, again, as much as Hillsdale, or as much as I like Smithville and what they're doing offensively, that last play right there, not the best effort defensively right there. No hands up. Right, no help on the backside, no eyes on the basketball. We're all way too slow to get down there and help. You got to recognize that earlier, and our help, you know, Hillsdale's help defense has not been good enough so far.
On that one, I was watching there, a couple white shirts as Kirschbaum was kind of trying to hold his own with Maibach. They just flowed away from the goal and away from the basketball. And to your point, up with the left hand and in, really uncontested.
Yeah, and I know it's hard. You don't want to leave your guy wide open on the backside, but always the most important guy is the guy with the basketball. So,
stop the ball.
Yeah, you got to stop the ball up high and move our feet a little bit more. You know, try to take a charge, do something to get this team energized again and get them rolling again. Because right now, you can tell that illness, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but you can tell we're a little sluggish. The Falcons are a little sluggish. I say we, but you know, I'm talking about the Falcons just being a little bit sluggish here tonight.
6:02 to go until the horn blows for halftime. It's really been the story of the big men. Doge Mowry, how about that? Don't tell voice of the Falcons I'm sitting in his seat. Zach Truax, second time this year I've been allowed to sit in the announcer's chair.
You don't want Zach calling basketball.
No.
Oh, and the Falcons, a little miscommunication there between Holland Young and Lowen Ferguson, and not quite sure where they were going to go, and McFadden was right there as well. So that is turnover, I believe, number 9 for Hillsdale here in the first half.
What I started saying, it was a battle of the bigs. We talked about Maibach. He's got 10. On the other side for Hillsdale, Kirschbaum, they're big down low. He's got 8. So big men playing well tonight, but Hillsdale's problem is they're just not getting any scoring to go here along with Kirschbaum. Maibach puts up a 3, no good. No box out by Hillsdale, and that is a bunny in anybody's book. Brady Slidell on the board with his first 2 of the day.
Well, I thought Quinn was a lefty based on a couple of early moves, but what I saw there, clearly a right-hander, but he's got a good touch left and right. But right now, another turnover from the Falcons.
Falcons really not playing their best basketball yet. We'll see if they improve here as we get going in this game. There's another jumper in and out, no good. But guess what? Another Smithville offensive board and a nice pass by the big man off to Pyatt. And that 3 ball is converted. My gosh, these guys are absolutely on fire, Brandon.
This is not what any of us expected coming in tonight. And there's going to be an easy one right there for the Falcons. And hopefully that'll stem the tide and kind of get the Falcons back on track. If you're Hillsdale right now, you're down 20 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. You're just thinking, okay, how do we inch our way back in? They come out in a little 2-1-2 zone here.
Problem is you're playing a team that's shooting it and burning the nets down. As I say it, there's another triple by Rickenbach. He's got 3 made goals, 9 points.
Chris, some days it just doesn't matter what you do. And you can switch from a man to a zone. You can switch it up. Good take right there by Lewis to the basket. Smithville didn't like the call, and Coach Kaufman says, I don't know, but he was late getting there. That's the right call. And you could see him, the defender, slide in there right at the end, and I think that was Ethan Pyatt. And, you know, good effort, but just a little late. But what I was saying was some days you just are like, man, whatever I'm calling up is just not working. And so far that's been the case here in the first half. Smithville's on pace to score over 100 points right now, but there's no way they can keep up this shooting at this rate.
Boy, that's a bold take.
It's math, Chris. It's just math.
Cale Lewis up and in. He breaks the seal. He's got a single point. His twin, Knox Lewis, checks in, and McFadden going to have a seat. 39-17. That was not on my bingo card before 40 to go.
A lot of time left here. You can't panic, right? It's not a lack of effort. You just, sometimes the other team just gets hot, and you got to find a way. You got to find a way to make a little run here to close out the first half. They're in that zone again, are the Falcons. You got to work even harder in a zone.
2-1-2 zone, you said.
Yeah, that's what it appears. Chris Baum's kind of coming up from that middle spot. And a good job moving without the basketball on the backside there by Seidel. And there is another three. And finally, somebody misses. Pyatt misses the three.
Lowen Ferguson running up the court in a hurry. He gets back to Cale Lewis. Oh, my goodness.
Heck of a move. Chris Baum kind of faded away on that. Needs to go up a little stronger on that.
That was quite the attempt by Cale Lewis. Goodness, he went under the glass. I thought he was going to throw it off the bottom of the glass, but he was able to get it up, almost made it.
Incredibly athletic play right there from Lewis, but they just couldn't get the finish.
Grandson of Ashland High School legend Dave Honecker.
Coach Honecker in the building here tonight.
He's got a permanent location in that seat. We see him down there on the bottom side, and Lee up and off the glass. He's got 8.
Again, Smithville just carving up the Hillsdale defense, regardless of whether it's zone or man so far.
And regardless if it's a 3 or a 2. Hotter than hot shooting the basketball, but really effective when they drive the lane as well.
It's wild right now. I mean, Smithville can't do anything wrong.
Look at that. That is a beautiful basketball play. Slide out, looks off the three-pointer, finds a buddy down low underneath the goal for a bunny.
Yeah, Seidel with a heck of a pass right there underneath. And a good cut, right? And I think the Falcons fell asleep a little defensively underneath. Got to communicate in that zone.
Ferguson goes up, gets that one blocked a little bit, and here comes the Smithies.
Great effort by Ferg to get in there amongst the trees and go at it. Just got maybe another pump fake, and right there.
No one's home.
Yeah, Chris Baum got stuck kind of out on the far side. And we have a rout thus far. A lot of game to go, though, guys. These things can turn around.
Ferguson gets it bend to Kirschbaum. Kirschbaum working down in the paint. There's a good move by Brady, and he gets that one off the glass. He's got 10 now.
Well, and Kirschbaum looked a little angry on that one, and I don't blame him. Good.
I don't either.
When you're down 27 points at home, you should be angry, and sometimes that's what you need to get a little ticked off, right, and show some pride when you're getting your butt kicked. It happens. We've all been there. You got 2 options. You roll over, right, and you take it, or you fight back.
Here's another triple off the finger of Pyatt. They missed, Brandon. My goodness, they missed a 3.
Well, I knew they'd cool off eventually, but, you can't keep up that clip. They were at about a 75% shooting clip there from three-point range.
It kind of reminds of what Coach Ferguson was telling us about that Chippewa game. They shot the lights out that day, and Hillsdale went down. Same thing authored here tonight so far by the Smithies. Nobody home and too easy, to be very honest, and Riggenbach gets a 2-point goal to go. He's got 12. We got a timeout on the floor. Coach Ferguson is not certain what's happened here to his squad. The Smithies 47-19.
I mean, Chris, the truth is, regardless of what has happened, Smithville can't miss. And if you're Hillsdale, anything you've tried so far hasn't worked. And Coach says, I'm calling a timeout. And, again, you're down 28 at home, right? You got to have a goal here coming out of this timeout to say, hey, let's try to get it under 20 if we can. Let's do something a little different, or and try to get ourselves back in the game and show the grit and resiliency that you want from your team. Everybody gets down in life. Everybody gets down on the court. You have to respond. It's all in how you respond to getting your butt kicked.
You're getting ready for the tournament, right? You and I will be back here next Saturday to call the Hillsdale and Lordstown game. And I think if I'm Coach Ferguson, I'm saying, look, it's time to challenge you, and I'm challenging you, and you challenge your teammates to say, we got pride on the line. We're getting ready to go to the tournament.
Yeah, you don't want to go into the tournament getting your hindquarters kicked by 40 points. And, here we are right now.
Well, I will tell you, Kirschbaum's working hard down on the block. Love to see it. Huge play by Young. A little reverse layup. Doesn't get it to go, but that was pretty.
Great try. Great drive to the hoop. Just couldn't get it to fall. I mean, it's,
wow.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Quinn.
Wow.
If that would have went in, we should have just packed up. We should have just backed up and said, well, it's going to be one of those games.
Listen, that was from 35, folks. Hillsdale turnover.
Well, the truth is, Hillsdale is still, the effort is there. We're trying, but I think what happens is when you get down this big, it's easy to try to get a little frenetic. You get frenetic sometimes, right? You have to figure out a way to slow the heartbeat down and slow your brain down and say it's okay, right? Because that fight or flight happens, and what happens is you start going too fast, right? You start going too fast.
45 seconds to go till halftime. Falcons trail the Smithies 47-19. Good effort there by Cale Lewis trying to get that one stolen, and that ball is thrown out of bounds. It'll be back to Hillsdale with 36 seconds to go until half. Big deficit here at halftime. Coach Ferguson and his squad going to have to negotiate how they start chipping away. You're not going to get on one shot. You're just going to have to chip a little bit at a time. And importantly, going to have to play good defense because to your point, you don't think Smithville is going to keep executing at this high percentage.
Yeah, and that's the message when you go into halftime is this game's not over yet. Oh, nice hesitation. What a move. Oh, just couldn't get it to fall. It's been one of those nights so far for everybody, and Lowen hasn't been able to get a basket so far, but that's a great move right there.
Look, Hillsdale's got 3 guys on the scoring column so far. It's wild.
Well, only got 19 points. Oh, boy.
Maibach, triple, little heavy. That's going to count. That is impressive. And Smithville pads that lead.
That's a direct example of what's happened in this first half, right? You had 3 Falcons standing around watching on that one and 1 Smithy. And that's just, a testament to what's happened in this whole first half. At the Falcons, nothing can go right, has gone right in the first half for Hillsdale, and everything has gone right for Smithville. So you're Coach Ferguson, you take your guys in there and you appeal to them. You're not peeling paint here, Chris. You're not going in there and yelling and throwing stuff because that doesn't do anything when you're down 30 points, right? That doesn't do anything. You go in there and you appeal to the pride, you appeal to their integrity, you appeal to their character, and you have some high character, high integrity kids on this squad. So you go in there and you say, you let them sit for a minute by themselves, and then the coaches gather outside the locker room and say, okay, what are we going to say here? And the message really is exactly what I just said. Guys, you have 2 options. You can go back out there in your home court, in your home gym, and for some of you, this is some of your last games you're going to get to play in here, in an official capacity, and you can show up and work hard and still get yourself back in this ball game, or you can go out there and get your butt kicked and be embarrassed. That's your options going into the second half.
Hillsdale down by a 30-burger to Smithville here. We'll be right back here with halftime.
Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
Tonight's live and free basketball game is brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, we can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Ficus Furniture, a fourth-generation company celebrating over 100 years in the furniture business, selling Bassett, Flex Steel, Smith Brothers, of Burn, Mohawk Flooring, and Dutch Craft Bedding, with free delivery and removal of old furniture. Ficus Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Village Point Market, currently celebrating their 12 days of deals. Go to their Facebook page to see what today's deal is. Raiders Dairy Bar, family owned and delicious treats. See you April 1st. And by Graham Ford. All 2024 Ford models must go. Financing as low as 0% or up to $10,000 off on select models. And finally, Wellspring Custom Pharmacy and Health Source, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements and can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. Halftime right now, Smithville up 49 over the Falcons 19. We'll have Chris Maury and Brandon Wells back with your halftime report after this.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here, blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up, hear them cheer. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. We're blowing up, hear them cheer. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless.
Welcome back to Hillsdale High School on the Ficus Furniture halftime show. I'm Chris Maury, and I'm going to bring Brandon Wells in. Look, BW, how do you stop who you called the mighty Quinn here in the second half of your Hillsdale?
Well, I realize he only, quote, has 10, but the offense really started and ended with his performance. He got them going inside, which opened up things on the outside, and he's smooth left hand, right hand, fired up a couple threes, which, we didn't make them, but got to keep him honest, right? And his physicality on the inside was a big problem for the Falcons on the defensive side. When you look here, the main number that stands out, no threes made by Hillsdale, and getting out-rebounded big time, 19-10, and 11 turnovers. Falcons with more turnovers than rebounds in the first half.
And more turnovers than made two-point goals
made
as well.
Baskets. Yeah,
Incredible.
right. 11 turnovers and 9 made field goals.
We'll see what the message from Coach Ferguson was at halftime with how this Hillsdale squad responds here in the second half. It'll be Smithville basketball here to start the second half, and again, Smithville with a commanding 30-point lead. Brandon, we're in danger of a running clock here, and that's the end of the Ficus Furniture halftime show. We're back underway from Hillsdale High School.
Yeah, you got to come out and show your pride and show your heart right here in the first couple minutes. Try to cut into this lead right away. And a miss, thankfully, for the Falcons.
Off the top of the goal and touches the rafters, we'll call it, of the steel support there. So the Falcons dodge a three-point bullet. Just what they didn't need. And just like that, up 30, here comes Smithville in a full-court press.
Well,
tournament's around the corner. I don't blame them.
Yeah, you're trying to get yourselves ready for the tournament. You're trying to show no mercy, really, out here until you get late in the fourth quarter. And
Holland Young takes that one to the goal, and that one's knocked out of bounds off Ethan Pyatt's hands. And Young was saying, looking at the ref like, I don't know what you're going to call. It might have been out on Young, but nonetheless, Hillsdale retains possession. Cale Lewis going to trigger it in. Ferguson gets that one back to.
Well, it was a good look.
Yeah.
I don't know if Brady was ready for that one or not, but it was a good idea.
We saw that against Columbia. A couple of these passes from Ferguson, you got to be Johnny on the spot and paying attention. Cale Lewis with a long three-pointer catches nothing but glass. That ball heads out of bounds. Will be Smithville basketball.
That's a tough three ball right there. Cale kind of fading away to the left. And again, I know you start to feel the urgency if you're one of the Falcons to try to get yourselves back in the game.
Smithville got a good in and out game here. And as I say that, there's a turnover. Kirschbaum able to come up with that loose ball. Hillsdale does want to run, but what I was saying, Smithville good in and out, something you don't normally always see, right?
Yeah, what a look by Lowen. Oh, Brady just couldn't finish. Boy, when it's going wrong, it's going wrong, and so far, that's really what's been happening here, and you see it on the replay thanks to Radar's Dairy Bar, and good left there, just couldn't quite elevate and finish. And
Mighty Quinn for a triple.
Mighty Quinn is just lighting it up tonight. He might be in line for our player of the game so far, but he's been fabulous for the Smithies.
Well, if he is the player of the game, I'm going to ask him what position he plays on the offensive or defensive line here for the Smithies. Lewis with another three. That doesn't catch anything again. Kirschbaum does get that one up and scooped in left-hander. Good job for Kirschbaum to get the Falcons on the board here in the second half.
If Quinn ends up here, there's barely going to be enough room for you guys. There's barely enough room up here for us right now, but he's bigger than me and you combined.
And we're fit young men.
I don't know about either of those descriptions. Men, yes. Fit and young, no.
Lots of gray on these two faces here behind the mic here tonight. Quinn working hard, but that one pulled down. Here's another elbow two-point shot, no good. A shot you don't care for oftentimes, Coach.
No. Threes, layups, and free throws are the name of the game at this point, and they should be. That's the analytic style that will tell you. Great three effort. Lowen finally gets it rolling.
Ferguson's first made bucket of the night. He averages 11. First one gets to go from beyond the arc for Hillsdale tonight off the fingertips of Lowen Ferguson.
What do shooters do?
Shoot,
they
baby.
Just keep shooting.
This is a shot from Missouri. That one doesn't go.
I think AT thought he was going to have to use the dump button there for a second. They shoot. Shooters shoot. There it is. This was long range. You're not joking, Chris. You said it, just inside the
county line.
Almost over from Wayne County. Yeah, that was almost.
He almost let that one go from the great state of Hayesville, but just inside the corporation limit. 52-24, Smithville leads the Falcons. Smithville's defense, that's what's really impressed me. I know it hasn't been a good shooting night here for the Falcons yet, but nonetheless, they close out and they play help side defense so well.
Their effort is good. They've got some length, and boy, their athleticism is impressive. Now, they're a little bigger school than Hillsdale. I mean, you know, but nonetheless, not that much bigger, but they're playing well. They've got some good talent out there.
D5 versus a D7 matchup here tonight inside the gymnasium. I'm Chris Mowry. That's Brandon Wells. You're watching on the OH Report live and free, and we got a charge call on the floor against Smithville, so ball will go back to Hillsdale. Producer Adam Thompson looking at the replay, trying to find said call. I don't think he saw it.
I think just a little push-off, I think was the call. Just an offensive foul. And
Ethan Pyatt's second foul tonight. Dylan Fickus checks in the game for the first time tonight.
Kale's going to get an offensive foul right there, too. And that's a frustration foul right there, right? I mean, he's had a tough night on the offensive side. Hasn't gotten going offensively. Just 1 point for Kale. And I think you could sense the frustration building, right? And so you have to be careful as Coach Ferguson here with your guys and making sure everybody's staying under control. It's a tough spot. You know, you're down big, and you got a week until the tournament.
Lee. Wow, can he get to the goal and elevate? Maibach with that offensive rebound, little turnaround J, no good. The only thing that stopped him might be that finger that he caught in the eye. Nice job, Knox Lewis, the recipient of that Lowen Ferguson dime, and he gets it off the glass. He'll go to the stripe for one more.
Well, maybe a little bit of that'll get him going. Nice pass from Ferguson and a good finish. Knox can make it an and one.
Good job of not giving up in transition, and a great pass from Ferguson and Knox Lewis. He's not a little guy. He goes up between two oaks down there and fights them off and gets it off the glass to go. We'll see if the young man can convert the old-fashioned three-point play. He gets that one to go, but no dice, and here's a triple by Ferguson. No good. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, there it is, another offensive board.
Elbow shot from Holland Young, and he gets that one to go. They're going to say a double foul.
Now, Kirschbaum fighting inside a little bit, but I think he was battling with Riggenbach inside, I believe. And officials are going to get together and talk about it with the old double foul. We'll see you here.
That goal should count off of Young's hand.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay. Depends when they...
No, the basket, yes, basket should count. It was up in the air, and I don't know if they have made a signal on it, but I thought that basket should have counted. I mean, that ball's out of his hands before that.
Yeah, that basket's good. So that foul was on Brady Kirschbaum. That's his first of the night. And that double foul again, Riggenbach, you saw it, Coach. Well done. That's his first of the night.
Yeah,
the goal does count.
Battling down low. I don't think there was anything dirty or anything there. Both guys just fighting for the basketball. I don't know if that was a double foul-worthy call or not, but
we've seen some interesting calls the last 2 weeks.
These guys have done a good job so far.
Maibach, left hand, underneath, doesn't get it to go. The rim was rattling up there, and Kirschbaum, I think, caught some of the net.
Yeah, that could have been goaltending, Chris.
Yeah, Kirschbaum, nice job, recovery there. He's got 14 for the Falcons.
I mean, you're cutting into that lead here all of a sudden, and the goal is to try to get this down to about 15, really, realistically, heading into the fourth quarter.
Lee beats Ferguson pretty handedly to the goal, and Kirschbaum pulls down that loose ball steal. Here comes Lowen and the Falcons. Down 22 now.
You have to have urgency, but you have to stay under control. What a hezzy. Great move by Fern.
That's a big prime play right there. 5 points off the hands of Lowen Ferguson tonight, and it's a 20-point game. Look, it's been over a 20-point contest for quite some time, so this is a big deal for Hillsdale to close it up by 10 here coming out in the third quarter. There's a triple, no good, and Knox Lewis gets that rebound.
It's an 8-0 run right now. It was 52-24, and now all of a sudden you're down to 20, right? And you got to expend a lot of energy.
Ferguson does not give up. Good job. No shot. Going to have a foul on the floor, so he'll still have the basketball side out of bounds.
I'll take a look at this, and this is just great effort and grit right here. Lost it and kept fighting, active hands, and got bumped. by Quinn.
Look at the freshman. I know it was there. You're talking about the replay. We have 5 team fouls on Smithville, and they were going to take it baseline out of bounds. And young Ferguson, a freshman, mind you, walked over to the official and gives a little shooting sign. And the official says, "No, kid, it was on the floor." And he points up to the scoreboard and says, "That's 5 team fouls, ref." And he goes, "Oh, okay,
Gotcha, young man."
Yeah, sorry about that." Ferguson takes advantage and counts that one to go. And Hillsdale now down 19.
Like I said, you're on a 9-0 run. You can make it 10-0 right here. You give Kirschbaum a little rest here, and that means Cale Lewis is going to have to battle inside with the big Quinn.
Ferguson's second toss is up and good. We've been here for 2 contests so far, Brandon, and we haven't seen Ferguson miss one yet from the stripe.
Let's not put the jinx on him. There it is, right? Coaches' kids usually shoot free throws well, right? They should. Spend enough time in a gym. Oh, Quinn had great position. Good help down low. Good job. Falcons, a 10-0 run, trying to make it more.
Lewis to the goal.
Yes, sir.
Gets that one. Cale Lewis now with 3.
All of a sudden, guys, it's a 16-point game, and Coach Kaufman says, "I'm going to get a TO, baby."
Well, that's exactly what Coach Ferguson said to his guys at halftime. Obviously, you see it by the way they're playing. Hey, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging everybody in this room, myself included, to come out and play better in the second half. The scoreboard will be what it is at the end of the contest, but I want to see maximum effort and maximum heart, and I think we can both say that's what this Hillsdale squad's done here in the third quarter.
Keep the foot down on the gas, and it's hard when you build, you put yourself into a 30-plus point deficit. You have to expend a heck of a lot of energy, Chris, to get yourself back into the ball game. And right now you're on the edge of being back in the ball game, right? You're only down 16 now, but you have spent a lot of energy in the last 3.5, 4 minutes to make a 12-0 run. So you got to be careful here, right? And you got to find a way to keep digging down deep and telling your guys, if you're Ferg, to say, hey, we got to finish this quarter well. You got 2:20 to go, then you guys can have a break and sit down for a minute. But you have to go everything to the wall right here.
Dylan Fick is still on the floor. Cale Lewis on the floor. Brady Kirschbaum and Holland Young still on the bench here for Hillsdale, getting a breather.
Yeah, if you're Coach Kaufman right here, you're trying to draw up a play maybe to get it into to the big guy, but you actually take him out and give him a little rest because Kirschbaum's out. So, we haven't seen Big Quinn take a rest very often, and he's on the bench right now.
Look, in the third quarter, it's been role reversal. Hillsdale turned it over time and time again in the first half. Smithville has turned it over a ton here in the third quarter, and the Falcons have taken advantage. 2:11 to go here in the third quarter. Smithville trying to work it down low. Doesn't get it to go, but Hillsdale nowhere around to get that rebound, that back tap. Here's Lee for a triple from the left side. Yeah, you got it. Book that one. 11 points now for Lee.
Well, nobody out there to close out on him. I mean, just too open of a shot right there.
Wow. I'm telling you, Lee, I'm sure, is quite the football player as well. There's Cale Lewis going a little wild to the goal, but he does pick up a block foul, so he'll go to the stripe for 2.
Lee's ability to turn the corner and his athleticism is really good. Good hips. And again, though, something got lost in translation on the defensive side for the Falcons. But a nice drive here. Good fake out to the wing. Although I will tell you, you had a wide open 3 out on the wing. I might have dished that one out to the wing for the 3 ball.
What grade do you think young Isaiah Lee's in?
I'm going to guess that he's a freshman guard because I have the roster right in front of me.
Freshman and moves like that.
Yeah, he's tough, strong, athletic. He's smart.
Well, you mentioned Doug Geiser earlier. He might want to get the young freshman on the radar as well there at Ashland University.
Doug's a Wayne County guy. He grew up in Wayne County. Went to Triway.
Won't hold that against him.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody. Lewis.
At least he didn't go to Dalton.
Yep, he didn't go to Dalton. CVCA alum Brandon Wells, according to him. And I bet he doesn't know Ryan Berg.
Every time.
Thanks, Chris.
Every
Welcome,
time.
buddy.
I still have nightmares about sitting on a bench in that game. Thanks, Greg McDivitt. Oh,
Hillsdale down by 18. You called for it. 15 going to the fourth quarter. They got a chance to do that. Lee, another, he does hesitation, pump fake, and the big man, Mighty Quinn. It's the first one that he's missed down low, I think, tonight.
Yeah, big rebound right there for Knox Lewis to give it right back to the Falcons.
Ferguson Ooh, I think he had it there if he wanted to put it up. It gets it back out and knocks, or Kalu, excuse me.
Easy, guys. They're fighting inside, and that's going to be a foul on Quinn. And then Kirschbaum going at it, and it's a good physical battle.
I like it.
They're both big guys, nothing wrong with that, but Kirschbaum's going to have to earn it at the line now. You know, on the season, 61% from the stripe. Not bad for a big guy.
No, not bad at all.
You need to knock these down. Your margin for error is just erased after getting down 30 points.
Kirschbaum averages 15 a night. He gets that one to go. That's actually his 15th point, so he's on season average. Shoots at 57% from the floor and 11 boards a night as well.
He's a tough kid and a good player, versatile, goes with both hands, good defensively.
16 now for Brady, and a first-team All-WCAL member last year.
Falcons fighting through illness here today to try to battle back.
Sorry, Brandon. That illness you mentioned was Troy Bennett, who's a normal starter here, gets 10 points a night, and it's altered the whole thing that they do here. And there's a steal by Hayden McFadden, sorry, and Ferguson, the recipient, up and in. Nice job.
Down to 14, guys, just like that. We talked about it. You need another stop here if you're the Falcons. Give it all you got for another 35 seconds. High screen, a backdoor cut. Oof. Running flex right now, Smithville. That flex action. Oh, what a shot.
Jeez,
Brennan Pyatt.
He's got 4 and right from the stripe. Answered.
Be nice to get an answer right here and get one back to finish out the third.
16-point deficit. Cale Lewis has the basketball. Back to Ferguson. 6 seconds to go. Dribbles into trees. Kirschbaum, they're going to get a chance here. The big mighty Quinn hits a friend down there, a classmate, the cheerleader. That attempt there as the horn goes off. Hillsdale trails Smithville 57-41. Okay, Coach, we got the message at halftime. What's the message from Coach Ferguson right now here, down by 16?
Well, the message is the first 2 minutes are the most important. You say, hey, now's your chance to catch a breath. Great effort. You cannot let up in the first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter or this ball game's over. That's the message right there. Keep up the intensity. Play quick, but don't hurry, which is a John Woodenism, right? It's a John Woodenism. We'll take a break and be right back.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business. Displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing.
You know what the OH refers to the fourth quarter as, BW?
Money time.
Dinero time. It's time for the dineros to get slung. The singles are going to be on display. Hillsdale down by 16. They got a chance to pull the improbable here in the fourth quarter.
Look, a valiant third quarter. You won it 22-8, but you got more work to do here, and you got to start off the fourth quarter well.
This ball stolen away and a turnover to start here for Hillsdale. Not what the doctor ordered.
Oh, great effort.
Lowen Ferguson
stepped out.
What a play. Hustle play of the day right there.
His hands and his ability to go after the basketball, you know, are really impressive. Great job there, hustling down court, not giving up.
Too easy if you're a Falcon fan for Smithville there. That goal right off the glass on that nice inbound play.
Can't get lost in the shuffle, and that's what happened there. I mean, Hayden McFadden got lost on a screen, and Smithville's coming out. Ready to go, a little re-energized.
Lucky he didn't have a traveling call there on Cale Lewis. 59-41, an 18-point lead here. Riggenbach's got 14 points. Smithville has cooled off in the third quarter. Hillsdale won that quarter, Brandon, 22-8.
Yeah, but 3 guys for Smithville in double figures.
Rebound pulled down by Cale Lewis, and he wants to play point guard on this possession. Lowen Ferguson with the basketball, back to Kirschbaum. McFadden's going to let a triple go and gets it to go, just what the Hillsdale Falcons needed. 5 for McFadden.
Oh, good patience. Way to take your time. Hayden McFadden catches, Gets himself set, and now you're back to a 15-point game. You can't trade baskets, though, at this point.
You need the best defensive effort that you've had all season long here for the next 6 minutes, 35 seconds.
Well, yeah, and you have to limit the Smithies to one shot.
Kale Lewis going to go to the rack and doesn't catch anything on that little floater.
That's off Quinn.
Kale Lewis and Lowen Ferguson discussing it there underneath the goal. Hillsdale down by 15. 6:24 to go. McFadden does receive that inbound pass. You know, it's interesting, too. You know, we talked about Lowen Ferguson a lot in the pregame, the Fickus Furniture pregame show. But his teammates look for him. Like, they get a little bit of trouble. They're like, where's the little guy? Give him the basketball. Let him play point guard and distribute it. Really a high honor and a high praise there by his teammates for the freshman.
If I were Lowen Ferguson, I would be watching film of a couple guys from the 80s and early 90s. Mark Price and John Stockton. Those are the guys that I would look back at if I were him. I would be on YouTube watching, particularly Mark Price, the way he took care of the basketball and was able to get himself open against much bigger guys.
That's the fourth foul on the mighty Quinn Maibach. So
that's big.
That's a big deal here to go along with his 13 markers.
But you missed the free throws here, and again, the margin is just so thin. You know, you're at 15, but time is your enemy now.
Riggenbach's had a really nice contest here, 14 points for the Smithies as well.
Good help defense right there from Holland Young.
Content to burn some clock, it looks like, but McFadden gets a tip on that one, so give him a block on that goal shot.
Quinn's lucky he didn't foul out right there, trying to go over the back. Easy spread, get your spacing right.
Slide, young man, slide. Nice job by Holland Young, and gets that one to go. 2 more for Hillsdale.
Great finish with the left, and you can tell that Brennan Pyatt and company have got the directive, do not lose Lowen Ferguson out there on the wing.
Down by 13 are these Falcons, the tightest game that it's been so far in quite some time, and Holland Young being aggressive. I love it, trying to get a steal.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive and take some gambles here. You're down 13 with 5:16 to go. You have to pick your battles here and know when to go for those steals, and that's what you see our guards, or the Falcons guards, doing out top.
Brady Seidel going to check back in here for Smithville.
I keep saying our just because I'm used to calling Arrows games and referring it to it in the
us.
So my apologies to the Smithies out there.
Thanks to the OH Report for having 2 Ashland High School announcers join you tonight here and call a Hillsdale game.
Oh, goodness.
A lot of fun. Adam Thompson running the buttons, and Kane Longwell running the camera. Are you able to talk here, Brendan?
What? I was just letting you go for it, man.
I was setting you up.
You thought maybe I had a seizure or something.
I was pegging the ball on the tee and letting you smack it down there if you were able to go after we talked about Kane.
13-point game. We'll see if they're able to get this 3.
That
and
would
a
have been
good look
huge
right there from Lowen, who's not able to knock it down.
Yeah, it would have been massive. He can do it. We've seen it.
No, that was bad. That was bad.
Adam Thompson liked it. You didn't.
No. I don't like raising Kane.
4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter, and it looks like Hillsdale might. I know you're trying to be aggressive, Holland Young, and I give him credit, but you might have to start playing the foul game early, and you might want to.
Well, yeah, but you don't have a lot of depth here tonight on the bench, though. Also, if you're Hillsdale, so you got to play that game as well, right? You're shorthanded. Knox Lewis going to check in. He's had some good minutes here tonight.
McFadden checks out. Hillsdale could use a steal in the worst way. Mighty Quinn gets that one in. He looked down at his feet. Wonder if that one was going to be over and back. He was fine. You can take it anywhere you want on that inbound pass. Riggenbach out there at the 3-point line.
Good hands by Krishbaum knocking that one away. Yeah, you're right. He caught that ball right at midcourt. On the inbounds, there's your Radar's Dairy Bar replay.
Raider.
What? Is it Raider?
Brock Raider.
It's Brock.
Yeah, it's Brock.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brock.
He bought the Mifflin establishment.
Oh, yeah, Raiders Dairy Bar.
Oh, look at that little alley-oopage.
That was a pretty play right there, and that might be kind of a turning point here in the fourth as Hillsdale got themselves into such a big hole. What a shot. Just can't get it to fall. Good hustle and a push. Great hustle by Knox Lewis. You love the effort that he gives out there.
Watch this spin move here by Lowen Ferguson. You see here on the Simons Construction replay. Wow, he does a little shake and bake area. That was the Raider Dairy Bar replay. Simons Construction, thankfully, is with us tonight on the scoreboard. Hillsdale down 61-46. Running out of time here, Coach, if you want to make a move. Holland Young going to let a little floater go, doesn't go. But Knox Lewis, to your point, working hard down underneath again.
Yeah, he's a battler down low, right? I mean, you need those kind of guys. You need those kinds of guys. I don't like that shot because, again, you're down 15. It's got to be an absolute definitive shot at the hoop with a chance to get fouled, or it's got to be a three.
Hillsdale does get it in just before that 5-second call.
2 timeouts remaining for both. I guess the Falcons have 3 left and 4 for the Smithies, and a wise one right there. I think with 3:28 to go, you're kind of in a bit of trouble. And Coach Ferguson says, yeah, I think we need to get a timeout here. Offensively, everybody's kind of standing around. You can see it right there on the Radar's Dairy Bar replay. And a wise decision by Ferg to say, all right, we're down 15. There's 3.5 minutes to go. We need to make sure we're taking care of something here.
Coach Thompson read my mind over there, coach of the computer. I was just going to say,
coach of the computer.
Hillsdale is leading Smithville 5-4 here in the fourth quarter, but it's basically trading field goals and in points, and you just can't do that when you're down this far deep in the fourth quarter.
No, this is a big possession right here for the Falcons. I'm not saying if you don't score, you're waving the white flag, but you're not far off from it. You've, again, had to expend a lot of energy to get yourselves back into this ball game. And right now you're going to come up with a set or something that you think can get you a basket right here. This is where you're running your best play.
Lowen Ferguson back to the familiar spot of playing point guard. Nice shake and bake move, little spin move. Doesn't get that floater to go. Good effort there, and Hillsdale going to have to try to stop Smithville on this possession.
That was a great effort right there by Lowen. Just couldn't get it to go. And it's been one of those nights for the Falcons.
I think Smithville, Brandon, is probably going to be content to slow this game to a grinding halt here.
They should be, right? I mean, take the air out of the basketball and run some clock. And, they're running flex. They're running some motion here. But what you need to do here, if you're Smithville, it's an opportunity to work on something too, right? Taking the air out of the ball, because you're going to get into a tournament game potentially where you're going to be in this situation.
Coach Ferguson yelling to get on the basketball and foul somebody. McFadden thought he had him, but Knox Lewis going to go and commit the foul. Coach Ferguson was asking that to be fair with his guys. He's been asking for it for 25 seconds.
Yeah, you're not in the bonus yet. You're trying to get there and extend this game out.
Knox Lewis' second foul, and McFadden going to check out. I think we're going to play some offense-defense here, Brandon, and Holland Young checks back in for Coach Ferguson.
Falcons, game's not over, obviously, but it's close, right? I mean, what a pass inside.
Jeez,
really good look.
Brennan Pyatt with the delivery of the day.
Riggenbach, just a nice cut to the basket, too. Oh, what a pass underneath.
I see your pass, and I'll raise you one right there. Lowen Ferguson can flat-out dish the basketball. And there's a wide-open, uncontested layup, which you didn't ask for. That one could do it for Hillsdale. Brother to brother there on the court. Ferguson has the basketball. We're going to need a three-point shot, I think, Brandon, here if we're going to have a chance.
I think you're going to need a miracle,
Yeah,
Chris,
you're going to need a miracle on ice.
You're down 17 right now.
Go ahead and phone out Michaels.
I think Coach Ferguson has a lot of positive things, though, to pull from the second half. With his with his squad.
I think Ben's close to playing defense there just behind.
He's ready. He was ready to get out there. It's hard. Look, being a coach is a hard job, and it's a thankless job. And, it's a challenging thing to come out here and understand what happened in that first half where you got your butt kicked 49-19.
Coach Ferguson wants fouls. This guy's not doing it. There it is. A nice steal attempt by Cale Lewis. Good job, and he does draw the foul with no time that goes off the clock. If you want to play the foul game, there's no better time than to do it with no ticks coming off.
That's perfect. You got one more. That was the last one to give, and now you're going to put Smithville at the line on the next one.
Knox Lewis guard the inbound. Cale Lewis looking to guard the ball out of bounds. Kirschbaum has 4. Nobody fouled.
They're not shooting this. Smithville's a smart offensive basketball team.
Well coached.
Yeah, they are well coached. Both these teams are really well coached.
Yes.
Again, you're down 17. This one's just about over. But what I would say, for Ferg and company, your kids did show a lot of heart and character. I mean, there's no moral victories. It's still going to be a loss here in the record book. But they did probably what you wanted them to do in that third quarter and for most of the fourth. But you just ran out of gas. You got yourselves into a spot where you were down by 30 points at the half. And you and I were talking like this might be a running clock.
Yeah,
and
rightfully so.
And they came out and battled here in the second half, gave it everything they had. But you can't dig yourself that big of a hole. And some of that was, Smithville just could not miss in that first half. They were so on point offensively and in rhythm from the opening tip all the way through the first half. And they scored 49 points in the first half. The Falcons have scored 48 in the game.
That's
Chris.
amazing. Great point.
Right now, if Smithville had not scored in the second half, they'd still be winning.
That's amazing. I hadn't considered it that way. He had a jump ball on the floor, but my goodness, that puts it in perspective here with just over a minute to go in the fourth period.
That's math, Chris. That's the second time.
Well, we are at a public high school, Brandon. I know you have no experience with said buildings. 18-point lead here for Smithville.
I got no response to that.
I know. I just dropped the nuggets, the facts. I just like to drop the facts. Like Randy Moss said about the cash, it's just straight facts, homie.
Straight facts, homie. Well,
67 ticks to go. You and I will be back here next Saturday to talk about the Hillsdale and Lordstown game.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that one, right? I mean, you got a week between, 8 days between now and then of your Hillsdale. You're coming off what this one will be a tough loss, but I think they've still got another game here to go. But I think Jax Riggenbach is going to be our player of the game.
Heck of a game from that young man. Few triples, and it's got 16 on the night.
17 now.
17 now, thank you.
And Quinn really started it in the first half, and a lot of the success that Riggenbach and the rest of these guys have had is because of the open. They've gotten themselves open. They've worked really hard. This is an impressive Smithville team that I think is going to have a chance in the tournament to make a little run. They're balanced. They can play defense. They can shoot the three. They've got a little size. Where they're lacking is they don't really have a secondary big man in there tonight that I've seen. And so that can be a challenge when you get into the tournament if you get into foul trouble.
Keep in mind, both Smithville and Norwayne D5 schools.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little bit of a battle.
I think they're in the same section, or same district, I believe.
You're going to have a battle at some point here.
Right.
Excuse me, Smithville's D6. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
My mistake.
Yeah, my apologies. I haven't memorized the Wayne County Athletic League's new divisional breakdowns. I mean, this is the first year of going to 7 divisions in basketball, which I love. I think it's a great idea.
Long overdue.
It's long overdue. They've done it for football forever, right? And, football always gets, everything.
Preferential treatment.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's to you out there joining us watching the game here on the OH Report.
I think it's Valentine's. I think you missaid it.
It's Valentine's.
Valentine's.
Sorry, folks. My partners went off the rails. That would be Brandon Wells.
The first half was a St. Valentine's massacre.
There it is. If you're unfamiliar with that, folks, look it up.
But this score is not going to reflect how hard and how well the Falcons played in the second half, and particularly the third quarter. And so that's at least something. If you're watching tape tonight, if you're Coach Ferguson and you're the Falcons guys, you're saying, okay, well, first half, you just take that game tape and you bury it.
I like to say you just get the trash can and burn it. Knox Lewis going to get on the board there with 2 more, and it's a 20-point Smithville lead.
It's not bad to be humbled, right? It's not bad to be humbled going in and know we got some things to work on here if you're the Falcons. And Smithville with a nice tune-up. They look like they're ready for the tournament, man. They are ready to rock and roll, and they're going to end up, I think, against Bard out of Cleveland. Bard College Preparatory School, which is, I believe, a charter school,
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to stay silent. I have no experience with charter or private schools. I'll let you pontificate on that.
They're going to play Bard. I mean, as far as who that might relate to, boy, that's tough. I haven't seen Bard play this year. a city school up there and a charter. You never quite know what you're going to get out of that.
Nice goal again by Knox Lewis. 2 more. He's got 6 on the night. Hillsdale going to fall to 15-6 and 8-5 of the Wayne County League, and Smithville going to better their record to 19-3 and 12-2. Really a heck of a campaign for Smithville here inside and outside the conference, just for those darn Bobcats, right? You know, they'll win the conference, but Hillsdale falls 70-52. Come on back for the postgame show right after this.
Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Think it's time to wake 'em up. They've been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
Tonight's live and free basketball game was brought to you by Simon Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. By Ficus Furniture, a fourth-generation company celebrating over 100 years in the furniture business, selling Bassett, Flex Steel, Smith Brothers of Bern, Mohawk Flooring, and Dutch Craft Bedding with free delivery and removal of furniture. Ficus Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Village Point Market is our MVP sponsor, which we'll be talking with shortly. And we've got them going with currently celebrating their 12 days of deals. Go to Facebook right now to see what today's deal is. Raiders Dairy Bar, family owned and delicious treats. See you April 1st. Ram 4, all 2024 models are a must go. Financing as low as 0.0% or up to $10,000 off on select models. And finally, Wellspring Custom Pharmacy and Health Source, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements and can prepare your custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. We've got your MVP lined up here right after this quick commercial break.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Hillsdale High School. We're here with Smithville Smithy Player of the Game, presented by Village Point, Jax Riggenbaugh. Nice game today, Jax. You guys took care of business, and right behind you, 18 points tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we just worked on moving the ball around and passing it to each other and making plays. That's what we were trying to do.
It seems like your squad was really good inside and out game, and it started with the mighty Quinn. That's what my partner Brandon described him as, the mighty Quinn Maibach down low. And once you got that lane established in the painted area, he was able to kick that thing back out if he was doubled, and you guys were knocking down Jays.
I mean, we just try and play through him. If we can get him the ball, good things will happen. They double, and then we just kick out and get open shots, and that's what we try and do.
Well, you average just under 10 points a night. You come out with 18. You're on fire deep early. You knock down back-to-back-to-back triples and then a couple more 2-point goals from the floor, and we're good at the line with three knocked down as well. What gave you the confidence to kind of just keep going and saying, tonight's my night and I'm going to put some points on the board for my squad?
I mean, I know they need me to come up, and I always try, and tonight was my night, I guess. I just kept knocking down shots. They were going in, so.
So Norwayne, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about them inside the Wayne County League. They knocked Hillsdale off twice. They knocked you guys off twice. What have you learned from those losses against Norwayne and coming back down at a big deficit against Hillsdale early that's going to help you guys here in the tournament?
I mean, we got to fight, and we know that we can come back from anything, and we know that we'll make plays, and it's just a matter of if we play hard enough, and we'll make shots.
This is the best part of the show. You know why?
Why?
Because you get to keep looking right at that camera, and you get to shout out whoever you want.
I'll shout out my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you. I mean, without him, nothing's possible. My parents support me through everything that they do, and my brothers for just doing everything with me and having fun.
Today's Valentine's Day, right?
I do.
Yeah, you get to embarrass your friends on the bus ride home and say, I got a bunch of Kit Kats from the announcing guys up there in the perch at Hillsdale High School. Congratulations.
Nice. Thank you.
Well done. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Jax Riggenbaugh, tonight's Village Point MVP.
Thank you.
Ficus Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Ficus Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at ficusfurniture.com.
Welcome back to Hillsdale High School. I'm Chris Maurer. You're joining us on the Ficus Furniture postgame show. The Smithville Smithies come into Hillsdale and take down the Falcons 70-52. They improve their record overall to 18-4, 11-3 in the conference. Hillsdale falls to 15-6 and 8-5 in the Wayne County League. 1, 2, and 3 positions are all set in the conference. Hillsdale's going to finish third. Smithville's going to finish second. And Brandon Wells, Norwayne, going to come out of here with the Wayne County Athletic League championship this year.
There's some great teams in the Wayne County Athletic League this year, and from Norwayne down, and you got some really good programs, and not just teams, but programs. And the Smithies, it was obvious by watching them tonight how much fun they have together and how much chemistry they have. They've been together a little longer. Their coach has been there a little while longer than Coach Ferguson, so you have a system, you have a culture that, all 4 years of these guys have been here, right? I mean, this is his 6th year. And so Coach Ferguson in his 2nd year has done some amazing things and a heck of a turnaround for the Falcons, but it does take a good 4 to 5 years to really get a full group of your cultured guys to sort of have that full turnaround and a full 180. And I'd say he's about 120 right now, right on that degree. And right now he just ran into an absolute juggernaut in the first half. This especially, it was 49-19, Chris.
It's amazing.
I mean, 49-19 at the half, and the Falcons gave it a really heck of an effort in the third, 22-8 in that third quarter. That brought them back, and then early in the fourth had a good couple minutes, but then just ran out of gas. I mean, that was what I said on the air earlier, was when you have that opportunity, when you're down that big, they got it down, I think, to 11, might have been the closest it got.
Never got it to single figures.
Never got to single figures, but even if they had, I think they just were going to run out of gas. You go down by 30. I mean, nobody's coming back from down 30 unless you're maybe the Buffalo Bills circa 1992.
Right? Or the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, but really a fun game, even though it was a little lopsided in the first half. It was good to see Coach Ferguson's guys battle back in the third, and these teams both have the potential to make a run in the tournament. For the Smithies, they'll have Bard Early College next week as their OHSAA first-round opponent, and Hillsdale will be back here next Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Pregame just a few minutes before that against Lordstown. Looking forward to that one here on the OH Report. And Hillsdale hopefully will be the game one of a nice long run in the tournament.
Again, Hillsdale falls to 15-6. Smithville increases their overall record to 18-4. I'm Chris Mowry. That's Brandon Wells. And for producer Adam Thompson and cameraman Kane and Abel Longwell, signing off from Hillsdale High School. Take us home, BW.
God bless, Godspeed, and go Falcons.
Love it.